Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is doing okay. Excuse the background noise. I'm finally getting a chance to do some laundry, and the dogs are a little restless this morning because coyotes are all around. So anyway, Watchtower. With all the distraction going on in our community, I bet you thought we forgot about you, didn't you? We haven't. So there have been some new documents filed in the Hines versus Watchtower case. And Watchtower is up to their old tricks again. But I have a legal pad here with some notes. This document was filed February 11th, 2022. And I'm going to go through it. This is the governing body's lawyer filing this, wanting this to be dismissed. And like I said, I got 2 pages of notes here. Okay? They're claiming the governing body is not mandatory reporters. Of course, that's what they claim everywhere. Oh, we don't have to report CSA. We're not mandated reporters. Okay, now I'm going to put the link down below to this document. On page 7, a motion to dismiss should be granted because the governing body is not an incorporated entity, jural entity that can be sued. Of course, they're going to use every trick in the book that they can. Page 10, this was interesting. Since abuser was a parent, his contact with plaintiff was separate and apart from any position he held in the religion. Do you see how these slimy snakes, try to get out of all of this? It's what we're seeing in our own community. Blame everybody else without taking responsibility for yourself. Page 14. No lawsuit against current governing body cannot stand as a matter of law since there are not all alleged to be involved in this matter. So they're trying to get it dismissed because, that was the governing body back in 1987, thereabouts, the later 80s, early 90s when this abuse was occurring. Oh, so the new governing body isn't to blame. Even though, we know their doctrines and rules have not changed. Page 17, there was a case, individual. You guys are going to love this. Now, in a lot of legal documents, they will quote a case as a reference, this is what was done in this case. So, we're asking for you to look at this in this case here. Page 17. An individual versus the Grand Lodge of Free and Accepted Masons of the State of New York. Why? Why in the world, out of all the cases they can quote from, would they choose to use a case that was the Freemasons against an individual? Dismissing defamation claim where plaintiff made no factual allegations that all members of the Grand Lodge ratified alleged defamatory statement. See, they're trying to apply that to this case. That was just made me go, Their brethren. On page 18, Loesch wasn't a governing body at that time that the abuse occurred. So basically they're wanting all of this to be dismissed against the governing body since, they didn't have anything to do with this, and Loesch wasn't even a member of the governing body back in 1987. He was in Vienna. They moved the plaintiff to her own room at headquarters, and there's no claim of abuse after that. So they did all they could do. So they're not responsible, even though it was happening under their roof. Well, here's something else you could have done. Call the police. Contact the proper authorities. You're still trying to blame everybody else, even the victim. Take responsibility. You did not contact the authorities and get help for this girl. She tried several times to get help there at Bethel headquarters. Page 20. The governing body is not a legal entity capable of being sued. Page 21. Plaintiff has named entities that do not exist. So here we go again. The governing body does not exist as an entity or legal corporation or anything like that. Questions of control would apply to the former members of the governing body, not to this governing body. Well, we know they're just as responsible for present CSA cases, even though they claim they had no responsibility for that one back in 1987. Yeah, you do have a responsibility, because back then, your legal department was telling these people not to report this. So you are responsible. So they're claiming that the current governing body do not have any liability in this case. And page 22, they're not mandatory reporters, so they're not responsible. They have no control over this. Sound familiar? So anyway, I'm going to put the link down below to the case and to this particular document. This one is the memorandum of law that was filed on February 11th, 2022. And there's a couple more documents that have been filed. And we're going to keep an eye on this case. So, Watchtower, you're not going to distract us. No. No. I am quite capable of multitasking and keeping track of several things at once. So don't think you're going to get rid of us, discredit us. We're going to keep on this, and we're going to keep letting everybody know about these court cases. So thank you so much, everybody, for the phone calls and emails and comments, and we appreciate it very much. And on a side note, that was a friend of ours' video that we mirrored, that she asked us to put on. It was Evie. Been friends with her for years, and she left the community. And that was not our daughter. That was not our daughter. And we miss Evie very much and love her. And so it was our pleasure to, you know, have the privilege of putting her video up. Miss her so much. And any threats or hateful comments and stuff, I'm going to pull a John Cedars and just delete them and block them. You will be blocked. So thank you, everybody, and we send love to the rest of you. We love you. Bye.